The story starts here, in the heart of the city.
We continue to follow the ongoing developments.
The student group is the first to take on such a project.
Everyone is waiting for a vote on the bill.
The team is winning at a record-breaking pace.
It's an issue for residents here and around Boston.
The story is coming up on Suffolk U News.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Suffolk U News, the weekly news program brought to you by the Department of Communication and Journalism at Suffolk University. I'm Tyler Sullivan from Wilmington. We're happy to be coming to you from our studio in downtown Boston, courtesy of your cable company and the internet. A balanced budget is hard to come by these days. With each passing snowstorm, the city writes check after check to fund snow removal efforts. Here at Suffolk University, staff members are trying to keep the spending to a minimum. Joining us now is Suffolk U News reporter Davison Perez, live on Tremont Street. Davison, how are you making sense of this budget that the school is dealing with?
You know, Tyler, it's actually hard to believe, but the snow removal budget is actually doing very well despite all of the winter weather that we've been having. Snow removal spending is at an all-time low here at Suffolk. Staff members and faculty are working together to make sure that it stays that way. Serious snow removal is happening at snow farms all across the city. Crews are pushing, scooping, and melting large quantities of snow, and it's costing the city millions. Suffolk University officials say spending is much lower and better than before. Workers use 6-year-old removal equipment, and the standards given to the snow removal crews are higher than the snow piles.
This crew has done it for a long time. They know what's expected of them. We have high standards. We like sidewalks pretty much bare ground, and they do that.
Suffolk spent $60,000 during the snow season. Currently, spending is at a quarter of that sum. Staff members are supporting each other in any way they can to keep the numbers trending positively.
Basically what it comes down to is we do have very resilient buildings. We have good facilities. We have a good facilities department. So it's just making sure everybody's thinking about what is their part of the job. Is everything being taken care of, and do they need help from anywhere else?
More snowstorms are on the horizon, but Suffolk is looking to keep its spending as bare ground as its sidewalks. More snow is scheduled for this Saturday, but Tyler, the crews here at Suffolk are more than prepared to battle the blizzard when it gets here.
Sounds like they are. Davison, thank you. Stay warm in there and get in here quickly. The weather experts are predicting another 3 to 5 inches of snow this weekend. The winter weather is sending shoppers to the store for milk, bread, and booze. Alcohol sales in Massachusetts are rising with each snowstorm. Shop owners say it's about supply and demand. The more blizzards, the more beer in demand. They say while orders are biggest when the sun is shining in the summer months, they're stocked up twice as much on hard liquor during the snowy season. People are buying in bulk, so when they stay home to warm up, they can crack open a cold one. It's a tradition to honor our forefathers on President's Day, but this year Mother Nature had a different plan in store for students. For the first time ever, Suffolk University held classes on the federal holiday, thanks to the snow days that affected Monday classes throughout the semester. Suffolk Provost Marissa Kelly explains some possibilities upper administration face when they have to deal with snow days.
One possibility is later in the semesters so that people have plenty of time for planning to hold classes on a Saturday, as one example. There may be some additional one-day holidays later in the semester that we might have to hold classes on, as we are doing today.
I did some recorded lectures for them and posted them up on Blackboard, so through Panopto, just to keep them on track. And then last week, when we had another canceled class, we did a live online class.
So far this winter, classes here at Suffolk have been canceled 7 times. Suffolk University Interim President Norman Smith is set to give his first official update on university developments. Smith has served as the interim president for almost 6 months, and his focus is still making Suffolk well known. He believes the school is a world-class university and needs to move up. All it needs to move up in the ranks is a little exposure. He's making the address to the university community the 24th of this month. From university level learning to issues at the high school level, long classes, extracurricular activities, and tons of homework all add to teenage stress. Now the extended learning program is proposing an even longer school day for many high school students across the country. Suffolk U News reporter Vanessa Bine explains why high school leaders aren't giving this program a passing grade.
At Westboro High School, school starts at 7:36 in the morning. Hours of learning and participating await students as they step into the building. Sprinkled in between core classes are music, art, and fitness activities that make up a 6.5-hour school day, but it doesn't stop there.
I don't get home until like 6-ish after basketball practice is over, and then I also have like sports outside of school, and then I have my homework, and by the time I'm actually ready to go to bed, it's pretty late and I'm exhausted.
Even with their exhaustion, it's students that are supporting the idea of an extended learning time.
I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it as long as we didn't have as much homework in addition to the amount of time in school.
Massachusetts is one of the first states to really incorporate extended learning time throughout the school year. Although statistics show that test scores are going up, not all faculty and staff members are on board.
We want well-adjusted, strong kids, not just academically, but emotionally. We want them to remain intellectually curious. And if we're teaching the heck out of them so much, I think we run the risk of stifling that curiosity.
Here at Westboro High School, it's not about the length of the school day, it's about making that time count.
I would like to see more of a change in the schedule, so maybe moving towards not necessarily a block schedule, but maybe minimize classes per semester and increasing time within a particular class.
Research shows that achievement gaps are reduced and national test scores increase when students have extra time in the classroom. But some studies show there is a decrease in mental awareness and focus. Vanessa Bine, Suffolk U News.
Mayor Marty Walsh and the Boston Teacher Union plan on integrating extended learning time throughout 22 different middle and elementary schools in the Boston area. High school students will not be affected. Also being discussed, education at the community college level.
Education is not supposed to cost that much.
And it's on the minds of college admissions counselors. Some think they've found a catch in President Barack Obama's plan to take high college costs out of the equation. That story as Suffolk U News continues. Also ahead, simple math for baseball fans. Start with a truck, add lots of equipment, send it south, stop 1,400 miles later. That adds up to baseball. Forget the snow here. It's spring baseball time in Florida.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
First day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
President Barack Obama is looking to launch careers with an ambitious offer. The president is proposing a 2-year tuition break at community colleges. Suffolk U News reporter Ashley Cullinane explains while some are supporting the plan, others are digging for details.
I don't think it should be a privilege. I think education should be a right.
Quincy College student Kiara Mark feels derailed by debt before even getting a degree.
The only reason I'm not done with school is because of money. It's not about my determination to be there. It's not about my capability to interpret the information. It's about the fact that I don't have the means to physically pay.
Under Obama's plan, students could go to school for 2 years without battling a big bill, as long as they keep a C+ average.
It's a win-win situation for everybody because you get the education that you need, and then you go on to the school of your dreams and you pay less money.
Community college students pay around $3,900 a semester in Massachusetts, and that's not including health insurance, activity fees, and supplies.
You have to buy a $200 book, one book for $200, and you're taking 5 classes.
While students see the $60 billion bill as promising, admissions counselors see problems.
Community colleges would have to hire more people to do everything, teaching, administrative work, admissions.
Nancy Fine says a majority of student tuition is already paid for by federal aid.
It's not going to be as much money as it may appear.
Students breaking the bank say any help is a push in the right direction. Ashley Cullinane, Suffolk U News.
If the bill is approved, the federal government will pick up 3/4 of the tuition tab. States will pay the rest. Mayor Marty Walsh is asking adults in the city to give back with Mayor's Mentoring Movement. The city is joining with Mass Mentoring Partnership to recruit more than 1,000 new mentors in Boston over the next 2 years. The initiative will connect caring adult volunteers with young people, aiming to create powerful relationships and success through positivity. At least 10% of the mentors will be City of Boston employees. Mayor Walsh is encouraging individuals and businesses to get involved. Student athletes gave thanks to their Suffolk University faculty at the second annual award ceremony this week. Students won awards, shared appreciation for their professors, and celebrated academic success in the athletics department. SU junior Adam Chick and his marketing professor appreciate the sacrifice students make juggling both athletics and academics.
It's nice to recognize our professors that do help us along the way, getting through, going through a whole season with practice and games and away games especially, and they're very lenient and give a helping hand when necessary.
Seeing these kids, like these grown-ups actually at this point, doing this, believing in that, like both education and sports, I just see them as my comrades. I want to help them.
Congratulations to those professors who received acknowledgement for all their hard work. Sticking with sports, America's favorite pastime is getting a facelift of sorts. We'll tell you if the NCAA's new ball is a swing and miss or a big hit next on Suffolk U News. The NCAA is altering its baseball for the start of the 2015 season in an effort to increase offense within the game. College baseball hopes reducing the size of the seams will be a home run in more ways than one. The NCAA is changing their baseballs for the 2015 season from Division I down to Suffolk University's D3 program. The league is dropping the seams down from .048 inches to .031, a seemingly small drop, but with the intent to have a big jump in offensive numbers. The changeup in the game has the biggest effect on pitchers, who will have to adjust their game to the new style baseball.
So far I've used them here and it's not that big of a difference for me, but I know the curveball, my curveball hasn't been as sharp as it usually is.
When you're throwing a curveball, you want to get good forward rotation, good pressure on the seams, so with lower seams it might be harder to do that.
College baseball removed some of the offense from the game when the NCAA changed bats for the 2011 season. Last year the league had the lowest batting average since 1970, and home runs dried up to an all-time low.
Well, they're hoping it'll help improve the offense a little bit. There'll be less drag with the ball coming off the bat, and hopefully the ball will travel a little bit further.
With the lowered seams, research projects the ball to travel up to 20 feet farther in the air, putting a little more into a game that has seen a decrease in attendance at both the college and major league level.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely try to adopt something like that if it does pan out in the positive aspects.
With the positive result, more changes like a pitch clock, similar to what you see in basketball, could be on deck for baseball in the coming years. Tyler Sullivan, Suffolk U News. The Suffolk University Rams will take the mound with the new baseballs on March 17th when they open up its season against MIT. Sticking with baseball, it's the unofficial start of the 2015 Red Sox season, Truck Day. Fans got a little taste of spring watching the Red Sox equipment truck begin its 1,400-mile journey to Fort Myers last week. The truck arrived early Monday morning at City of Palms Park. Inside, more than 20,000 baseballs, 1,100 bats, 20 cases of chewing gum. Pitchers and catchers report to the fort on Friday with the first games against BC and Northeastern on March 3rd. Some of the starting five is already there. Well, that will do it for this edition of Suffolk U News. I'm Tyler Sullivan. Be sure to keep watching our newscast coming to you from the school with the heart in the heart of the city. Goodbye.